Hey YouTubers, I want to show you my garden. Follow me. It's a little past its prime already. These are my green beans. This is my second year doing gardens. Last year I did like 4 little beds, kind of 6 by 8. This year I went 22 by 22 roughly. Green beans are past their prime. I fed it with compost, which I started last year. I'll show you that in a minute. And I have 4 kinds of tomatoes, homestead, beefsteak, a couple of cherries, and a plum. The last 2 came from just spreading the compost in the garden. So, here's my cantaloupes. Come here, peek at this one, buddy. So I've got a couple of good-sized cantaloupes growing. This is mint, and this is an oregano that came right up in the middle of it. I don't know how it got there, but it's good. Okay. Got a row of green peppers. I'm going to call them dwarf peppers because they don't get very big. This is basil. Here's a couple of dill. I tried to transplant them, it didn't work, so I have just a couple of dill coming up. This is tasty. See if you can smell that. Ooh, that's good. Basil. This is endive. I'm picking it right now, pulling it up and trying to eat it as quick as I can because it's not going to last much longer. We got a lot left. I have scallions. We're starting to pick them. And I've moved a few peppers to give them a little breathing room. Eggplant. I have a whole row of eggplants in there. These, believe it or not, I had radishes here, and this is what happens to radishes when you let them go. First they go to flowers, and then they go to these pods. And I'm assuming that inside the pod is where the seeds will be, so I can... Oh yeah, the seeds in there. So for next year I'm going to have these seeds from the pod, and I'm going to plant those. Hopefully they'll be good. We'll find out next year. And okra. I've only got about 4 or 5 okra plants. There's a flower on one. And these are from last year's crop, the seeds. And last year they were about this tall, and this year they're little short things, and yet they're growing okra. These are picking size right here. I need to pick those because if you don't pick them now, they get hard and woody. And I moved some tomatoes over here because they were taking up too much space. Back here I have potatoes. I did a few last year, they did better. I accidentally planted some that had red dye all over them, but they came up anyway. I don't know how good they're going to be. And I've got zucchini. I picked one yesterday. Here's a little baby one right down here. And they'll get about that big. They're good. I had a nice mess of them last year. Here's one that's a little bigger. And let's see. I think that's it for here. We're going to take a quick spin over by my compost pile, which is over here in the woods. This doesn't look like a nice compost pile like you get up north. Nice, dark, rich. Forget it. This is Florida. Florida's pretty much a big sandbar. So I had a hole here. I just started filling in with yard scraps, and I throw all of our food scraps in there, and I throw sand on it, and I wet it once in a while, and believe it or not, the whole mess decays, and it turns into something pretty good. So hopefully year after year, the soil in my garden will get better, or the sand in my garden will get better. So that's it. We'll see what happens. Thanks a lot.